A while back, I used to help out my uncle with his airboat tours in the Everglades. Taking tourists around, showing them the gators, birds, all that. The job was easy money, and I liked being out on the water. But after what happened one afternoon, I stopped going out there completely. So it was late summer, and things were slow that day. We only had a couple of people for the last tour, so my uncle asked if I could take them out on my own. He was busy dealing with something at the dock, so I figured, sure, no big deal. I'd done it plenty of times. It was just me and this older couple, nice folks, seemed excited to see some wildlife. We head out deeper into the Everglades, the usual spots, and I'm pointing out different things along the way. Some gators lounging in the sun, a few herons, nothing unusual. But after a while, I started noticing the animals were acting weird. The gators, they were restless, kind of jittery. Normally, they're pretty chill, but that day, they were constantly shifting, moving away from the boat, like something was making them nervous. At one point, we were drifting through this narrower part of the marsh, the water kind of shallow, when the older guy asks, "Hey, what's that over there?" He was pointing to this patch of reeds up ahead. I didn't see anything at first, but then I noticed the reeds were moving, slowly bending as if something massive was slithering through them. I thought maybe it was a gator, but then I saw the body, a thick, muscular form sliding just beneath the surface of the water. I knew right away it wasn't a gator. Gators don't move like that. I told the couple to hang tight and started backing the boat up a little, keeping an eye on whatever it was. As we moved, the thing in the water started following us. At this point, I was thinking it might be one of those Burmese pythons. They're all over the Everglades now, invasive species, huge predators, but I'd never seen one move like this. It was so fast and silent, just gliding through the water like it was hunting us, and it kept getting closer. Now, I've seen some big pythons before, but this one, I don't know how long it was, but it had to be at least 20 feet, maybe more. I could see parts of its body rising and sinking as it moved, the scales glistening in the sun. It was massive, and it wasn't just cruising by. It was coming right at us, deliberate, like it had zero fear of the boat. I turned to the couple and said, "We need to get out of here now." The older woman looked terrified, clutching her husband's arm. I hit the throttle, trying to get us out of there, but just as we started moving, I heard this loud thud against the side of the boat. The whole thing rocked, nearly tipping over. The python had rammed us. The couple started freaking out, and I can't blame them. I was trying to stay calm, but inside I was losing it. I pushed the boat harder, and for a minute I thought we'd gotten away. But then I felt something cold and wet brush against my leg. I looked down and saw the snake's head rising up from the side of the boat. Its eyes locked on me, unblinking, and its tongue flicked out, tasting the air. Its mouth started to open, showing rows of sharp, hooked teeth. I swear, in that moment, it looked like it was sizing me up, deciding if it could drag me off the boat. I grabbed an oar and slammed it down on its head, trying to push it back, but the thing didn't even flinch. Instead, it started coiling itself up the side of the boat, wrapping around the metal railing. I could feel the boat sinking lower as the weight of this thing started pulling us down. The couple was screaming, trying to move to the other side to avoid it, but the python wasn't interested in them. It was coming for me. I hit the throttle full blast, and the boat jerked forward, but the snake held on. I could feel its muscles tightening, the boat creaking under the pressure. I thought we were going to capsize. Finally, after what felt like forever, the python lost its grip and slid off, disappearing back into the water. We sped out of there, straight back to the dock. The couple was white as a sheet, and I was shaking the whole way back. When we got there, my uncle saw the look on my face and didn't even have to ask what happened. I told him about the python, and he just nodded, saying, "Yeah, there's been talk about a giant one out there. People have seen it, but no one ever gets too close. Apparently, there's been sightings of this thing for years. Some of the older guys out there think it's been around for decades, getting bigger every year, feeding on everything it can find, gators, deer, even livestock. They call it the old one. And from the way my uncle talked about it, no one's been able to catch it or even track it. It's just out there, lurking in the depths of the Everglades."